Thank you, Dr. Paul
Yes,
Jackson.
thank you. Good afternoon.
Nice to be here in
You're
our
finally
studio.
you're sharing the camera with me. It's the first
yeah.
time. Wow, it's cool.
Having a conversation. I think
Yeah.
this is our first time, media.
But how many
especially
years
for
have we been doing this?
A decade.
At least a decade.
For a long
Yeah, the first
time.
time you're on the camera. Thank you anyway. Okay.
I know talking about 2015 is something that we, it's good because it's a transition from 2015 to 2016.
Yes.
But can you give us your experience at MMRTI in general, what you have been doing?
Well, I want to congratulate you for being still going on, because I met you, you had at least 5 or maybe 10 years before I started volunteering working with you. And the first thing I remember doing with you was the AfriTech, that free kind of workshop that you gave over at
Garfield.
The Garfield Community Center, Garfield High School, about aerospace technology. Yeah, so you brought in a lot of Boeing people. At the time, I was working at Boeing, so so that was the first time that I worked with you, and I've been able to use your facility to do interviews with over practically 24 Seattle people. And so when I say Seattle people, I'm talking about astronauts and police chiefs and doctors and lawyers and a medical doctor here just most recently. So thank you for giving me the space. So as far as the classes I've been able to teach, that's also been something interesting because of the grant that the city of Seattle gave to us, MMRTI, to help teach families and individuals how to do video editing and such. But now with technology being so easy, I can use my cell phone to web stream conversations. I've been doing that for like the last couple of years, and I'm able to teach a class on it now at Seattle Central. And so as far as what we're doing at the upcoming panel discussion, we're going to use YouTube, and you have that other box that you're able to accept multiple videos in, and it digitizes it and sticks it out through the laptop, through the program to get it out there. So it's it's just fascinating how that works and how the price point is dropping to where individuals can pretty much have a decent show.
Yeah, can you just, tell us about your observation here at MMRTI? We interact with community issues. We teach them technology, media, how to edit, and also broadcasting, TV programming. So it's 3 things.
That's right.
How do you see this?
It's a great combination because you did a documentary about the Sounders, you did a documentary about the Seahawks, you did a documentary about the small business people in Yesser Terrace and how the development has really kind of changed and put them out of business because they had to move. And that's a fascinating discussion. And it's a story. It's life stories. And that's what Multimedia Resource Training Institute is able to do, is teach students how to capture those stories and, and make videos out of them and movies.
Yeah, civic engagement is very important for us. This is how you engage young people to their communities and have a voice, and having a leadership role. And just talking about issues to officials, government.
That's the other key too, because you've been able to have multiple mayors come, not just the current one of 2015. You have
6 mayors.
Past 6 mayors that you have photos with them, and they've come and done interviews, and have given you like days. I think you got a date recognition, didn't you?
Oh yeah,
a couple years ago. But I mean, especially now with the new mayor and him being able to provide year-round mentorships, or not mentorships, but internships to high school students is really cool.
Because kids, not only summertime, but for after school, at least if they work like 2 or 3 days, they can make money. And also they involve in the program. So this is something that we have to use, I think, this opportunity. Engaging young people, not only just summertime.
No, it's got to be year-round. It has to be year-round.
Year-round,
because the educational system was based on the old way of farming. So you had to have the summers off, right? But now we are in a different technology mindset. Everything is so rapid now. Everything is internet-based. Everything's on the computer. And so that kind of changes the way that a person's year works, as far as you don't have to be the hunter-gatherer anymore, right? Because you can go down to the supermarket and buy whatever food that you want. But the fact that the year has changed because of technology, and we don't have to have summers away from school, but the system is set up that you still have to have summers off, right? And so that whole paradigm shift is really kind of messing up the whole, I won't say democratic, but the whole corporate, capitalistic kind of way things work here.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, but being able to have a school year round, I think, is a fundamental thing that every nation should have.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that the U.S. doesn't really have it is one of the reasons.
This is not just only, for high school. High school students, they might be busy at school, after school. But this is up to 24 years old. So 24.
Excellent.
So this is good also after they finish. For example, if they don't go to college, there are a vacuum there.
Yeah.
Having this kind of job, they get paid $15.
Right. Wow.
$15 because the city is paying them.
Right.
So it is very important. Actually, one of the managers, she is coming here to announce and talk about this issue.
Okay.
Why it is important.
That's cool.
So how do you see now? Really, we are teaching, media, and now also we are just a little bit moving toward, especially stream live.
Yeah, the importance of television streaming live is that you can be anywhere to produce something and receive it anywhere. Since it's on the phone, I could be in the middle of, as long as I have phone coverage, to be able to broadcast my stream. And once it's broadcasted on the internet, anybody on the internet can receive it. And so, but it's very important because it's the unfiltered story. You don't have to worry about it being compromised or edited or misconstrued. I mean, because the person who's living that story is telling this story. So there's a show I like to watch every day during the week. It's called Democracy Now! From Amy Goodman, and I joke around and say, I post up stuff on Facebook and I say, that damn Amy, because every time there's an issue, she's on it. She's on it.
Okay.
So most recently with the poor sister who was found dead in her jail cell at Pearl Review, and they didn't come up with any way to indict anybody associated with in the police office there. And so that was a story. She did an interview with the parent, with the mother, and the lawyer of the family yesterday, and the sister.
Wow.
I mean, it was announced, today is what, Wednesday? It was announced Monday that there wasn't going to be a verdict for the death of Sarah Bland. And Tuesday, Amy Goodman on Democracy Now! Is doing an interview with the mother, the sister, and the lawyer of the family. So, I mean, that's kind of the raw story, unfiltered stuff that you'll get. So it's very important.
It is.
It
is good to get information as it happens.
Exactly, as it happens.
As it happens, really, for us, this has been like a pre-record, because of technology, because of the opportunity. As ethnic media, we don't have our own, because it needs resources.
There you go.
I think having, this media, Seattle community media is, something we communicate with our community, but having our own media is something that we have to
very important.
Look.
That's true.
That's why we need support from our community. Really, if we have our own media center, and having a conversation as it happens.
It's unfiltered.
Even if they don't have to come here, they can watch and
on your
call.
Phone. Exactly.
And having results, immediate
there you go.
results. So I think it's very important we proceed with this media.
Yes.
I think hopefully we will do also live stream for this upcoming event for jobs and equal opportunity, which is January 2nd.
And so, and then speaking of groups, you mentioned very briefly the African and African American. As a minority producer, we want to make sure that you include everybody. You're East African, but you don't want to leave everybody else, beside. And so that's something I definitely wanted to work with you about. And there was that movie, the documentary Bound, that I had mentioned before. So
I think for this kind of really stuff, I think the one that was signed by the mayor.
Today I'm signing Council Resolution 31635, creating an arts and cultural district in Seattle's central area. A long time in coming.
Yes, we need to.
And having one voice and having fun, programs, projects. I think this is an opening for us.
Yes, that'd be great.
So this is how we have to collaborate.
Yes, because a lot of bad stereotypes that are floating out there, and we need to come together and realize we are the same family.
The same, Africans. Yeah. So we have to have one voice.
Exactly, one voice. You're right. Instead of everybody, picking the getting the small crumbs, let's come together, and that way we can demand more, basically.
So, I think is something that we are really looking for, coming together and having a voice. So this is a good forum for us.
Yes, definitely.
Culture in the central area.
Okay.
And it was signed by the mayor. We were there.
Right, I saw the photo.
Yeah. So I think that's good. So what are you looking now, 2016? What you are wishing just to have as
stories? I mean, in the last 2 or 3 weeks since my move, I've met people. There was a woman who suffered a brain injury who's written a couple of books. She's European American. There is a brother who is a case manager at where I'm my apartment now, who's Puerto Rican, and he spent a couple of years doing Club Fed, but he also has a law degree. And he realized in one of the laws for bankruptcy that there was a statement in there that's unconstitutional. And so he came to me, he wants to share that with me. And so that's another story I'll be talking about. Medical cannabis is something I definitely want to investigate more about, because there is, right at the corner of 23rd and Union, there's a church there. 23rd and Union historically has been a place for drugs and violence, and now there is a drug pot store, basically, that you can touch the store and touch the church at the same time.
Wow.
And so earlier this year, there's a rally about that place, and every time I go by because I drive down 23rd quite a bit, every time I go by 23rd and Union, the church is empty, but there's always people in the store.
Yeah.
And so that's something I want to investigate more about, because there's a whole thing related to drug culture and addiction and the medical benefits of cannabis and hemp. And hemp and cannabis are different, because you can't get high using hemp.
What's hemp?
Hemp is the same plant as marijuana.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't have this THC, the one chemical in it that makes you high. But hemp has been actually, it's better than wood. You can make fabric. The seed and the oil from it is one of the most incredible sources of antioxidants that's out there. And some people are saying that hemp can cure cancer. It's that powerful. And so I would love to have a discussion about that, the difference between hemp and cannabis, the difference about cannabis medical uses, and how here in Washington State they just changed the law for medical cannabis distribution. And so I want to continue that discussion. There's so many stories here in Seattle. It's just really incredible. So I'm going to continue those stories.
Digital storytelling.
Yeah, digital storytelling. Yes.
That's good. Good luck.
Well, thanks.
I hope 2016 will be.
Yeah, it will be. It'll be full. It'll be good.
Great.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Jackson. Keep up the good work. I'll be helping you out as much as I can.
All right.
I'll definitely try and be there on that Wednesday.
All right.
Okay.
Welcome.